The details of my life were quite The details of my life were quite inconsequential. The details of my life were quite inconsequential.
Oh, no, please. Please, let's hear about your childhood.
Yeah, doctor. Come on, doctor.
Very well. Where do I begin? My father was a relentlessly self-improving boulangerie owner from Belgium with low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery. My mother was a 15-year-old French prostitute named Chloe with webbed feet. My father would womanize, he would drink. He would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. Sometimes he would choose chestnuts of being lazy. The sort of general malaise that only the genius possess and the insane lament. My childhood was typical. Summers in Lagoon, luge lessons. In the spring, we'd make hippie helmets. When I was insolent, I was placed in a burlap bag and beaten with reeds. Pretty standard, really. At the age of 12, I received my first glide. At the age of 14, a Zoroastrian named Vilma ritualistically shaved my testicles. There really is nothing like a shorn scrotum. It's breathtaking. I suggest you try it.
We have to stop.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. The Purple Podcast is back in the booth. This is your host, Austin Danger Powers, coming to you live on a Saturday morning. And we have a full booth today. The first time we've had a full booth while having video. Welcome to the booth and the video, Griffin.
Oh, yeah. Groovy, baby. I'm glad to be here. It's feeling good. We got the movie rolling. It is a good day.
It's been a little bit, man. It's been a little bit. You're not going to just be a FaceTime box in the corner this week.
There's like actual decoration in here now. It's changed a lot. So.
Fuck me. I didn't have it decorated.
I'm not trying to say all that, but it's funny. It has been a while. At least a month, right?
At least a month. I think the last episode would have been, hell, I don't even think you were here for the finale of The Last of Us. I think you recorded that remotely. I think it might have been the episode.
No, I was here for that for sure.
You were?
I think I was here for that.
We just didn't have video.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, and to my left, I don't know if you're viewing this. I guess he's maybe to my right on the screen. We have Dr. Evil. There he is. There's the guy.
Mike Dr. Evil today.
Mike Dr. Evil. All right, fellas. Let's get into this one.
I think we're ready.
The Sad Sacks are back. We are reviewing Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Yes, this one means a lot to us. This is another one that Father of the Beer let us watch on the boat. It was another one of those DVD movies that we grew up watching just maybe a little too early.
How many weeks in a row can we say that I was not Father of the Year? Golly.
Well, you were hard on yourself last week because National Treasure is a Disney movie. I don't think you had to hold anything against yourself there.
Austin, I watched this last night with my daughter, and she taps me on the shoulder and said, "Dad, I can't believe you let us watch this." I said, "Honey, I say every week I wasn't Father of the Year."
Well, I feel like everything about Austin Powers, though, with like the crude humor, it's all like veiled in this just really silly, crazy thing, So it doesn't feel a lot. It doesn't feel that inappropriate,
right?
No. I mean,
even you didn't even know what was going on.
Even though it is like, incredibly sexual. The guy is a horn dog. It's the 60s, baby. Yeah.
The swinging 60s.
The swinging 60s. What's that quote he says? As long as people are still experimenting with sex and taking mind-bending drugs, I'll pick up just fine.
Yeah, with minimal consequence. Oh, God. Look at Basil. Basil looks like he just got some himself. He's all excited on there. You see it?
Basil Exposition. I am Basil. Yeah, we got the movie playing again, of course. It's good to get that rolling. And this one's it's actually a short movie. It's only like an hour and a half, really.
Yeah. Not too
Yeah.
bad.
What year was this, Austin? 1997?
May 2nd, 1997
Thought
is
so.
when this one came out. Neither Griffin nor I were around when this came out. Griff was on the way. I'm sure Angela had to have been pregnant.
Yes, she was.
Yep.
Oh, there
So
it
how
is.
about you tell us about what was going on? How's about telling us what was going on in
In
1997, Mike?
1997, good Lord, guys. Boy, lots was going on at that point. I'm trying to think of something that was, just that everyone would remember. I was working my tail off at that point. We were trying to figure our A from, a hole in the ground. But at that point in my time, guys, we were getting ready to have a baby. We were preparing for that. We had just bought our new first house. So
Yeah.
I was working. Let's just put it that way. I was just focusing. This is funny right here. This is really funny. I love that you have this on the screen, Austin.
Yeah, I guess around this time, since you don't seem to have any moment in time facts,
I don't have any
I guess I'll just take over here.
What an idiot.
Well, the next day on May 3rd, the 123rd Kentucky Derby went off. I think that's kind of interesting considering we're Louisville natives here. So that's on point. May 6th, the Bee Gees were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, along with Buffalo Springfield, Crosby, Stills and Nash, the Jackson 5, Joni Mitchell, some other guys. Let's look at our box office numbers. I don't know if do you know the movie Breakdown, Mike?
No.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. There wasn't all too much to grab me.
That's why I wasn't coming up. There wasn't much going on, guys.
Yeah. International Man of Mystery was sitting at second in the box office then Volcano. Don't know what that is.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
Liar, Liar. Anaconda. I know that one.
Oh, that was horrible too.
Anaconda.
Honestly, Austin, just as you're going through, just look how bad those movies were. That shows you
Was
how bad
Liar, Liar Jim Carrey?
That was Jim Carrey. It was bad. Anaconda was even worse.
Scream had just came out the December of 1996, so it was still registering in the box office. Anaconda. I mean, the thing is kind of terrible that movie might be in some ways. It's at least stuck around. It's had some staying power in whatever kind of I guess group you might want to call it.
Yeah.
And then
what were the charts like?
Those are the charts for the movies.
I'm talking about with the music. I feel like the music was a bit better.
Yeah. So number one, we have Hypnotized, Notorious B.I.G., which that movie plays in the second one, right? Or that song plays in the second one.
Does it?
They do some kind of, maybe not that one.
I wouldn't think, but
that was a huge.
They do the Hard Knock Life. That's what it is.
Yeah, that was a huge album for Biggie.
Bop by Hanson.
Bop. Yeah, that's
okay,
it.
that's what it is.
Oh, that was
what
bad.
an idiot. Return of the Mac, of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Foolish Games. You were shit. What the fuck was the song? You Were Meant for Me, Jewel. There it is.
Nice.
But yeah, guys.
They played that on the plane coming home.
Did they really?
Yeah, they were
That's
playing
funny.
Jewel.
Wow.
That's
wow.
good.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man. So I guess our personal connection with the movie, one that we really, really took to. So I guess we're just knocking a lot of these out in the very early going of our podcast. We love Austin. Obviously, I'm fucking dressed up as the guy.
Yeah, well, you've been Austin Powers the past 2 years for Halloween. You'll probably never get another outfit.
Just 1 year, but I intend to probably do it next year.
It's definitely been for 2 years, has it not?
No, I just wore it a lot this year.
Wow.
There were a few Halloween weekends and a few Halloween parties, and I was like, you know what, man, this one plays every time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
Well, this goes into his drinking of the wine.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah.
Well, he does have quite the knowledge.
He has quite the knowledge of fine wines, as Mrs. Kensington let us know.
Oh my gosh,
guys, this is a funny scene. They're talking about.
Let's hop into some of our
Celebrity Wall, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, so
Gary Coleman.
The movie starts off just on fire. Man.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
On fire with the
1967.
I love the damn looks he has on, man.
So yeah, we start in 1967. We're with Dr. Evil and his crew, and you get to meet that asshole, whatever you want to call him, and he's burning his folks who can't get the job done. Or is that in the next? He doesn't burn them yet, does he?
Yeah, he does. He
Oh,
he
yeah,
fries
he
them.
does.
So
The very beginning.
one
he
of the
fries
dudes'
them.
names was Jurgen. One of them was Generalissimo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what I got, because I think you started on it. I mean, we've been watching this movie for probably almost 2 decades at this point.
Oh yeah.
We've loved it since the very beginning. It's just absolutely iconic. When I watched last night to prep for this episode, I was just struck again. You know, it's just like you still have the same gut busting laughs. It's like I could never get enough of this movie. And I think, you know, as I see it more and more, and as I've been seeing these movies, I just come to appreciate them on an even deeper level. So I don't know.
Well, what did you say after it?
Oh, I said this might be the best movie of all time. And I mean,
For a comedy, it hits all the points.
What Austin said, like it starts off on fire and it keeps that damn flame going though. It's amazing. You love the guy. You love him.
Yeah.
You love Dr. Evil. I mean,
You love Dr. Evil. I do think I was trying to, I guess I was through a critical eye in a way. It's like,
yeah.
I definitely prefer the Austin Powers scenes. Like they're a lot, I'm not gonna say a lot funnier, but there's just, I think it's the Austin Powers character. You're just so drawn to the guy. He's magnetic, obviously, this charm and mojo that everything he does, he's just so, it's just in his bag, man. It's so easy for him. He does it without trying, and everyone just fucking loves the guy. You hear it, you know, women love him and men want to be him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't have to feign those feelings. You don't have to force them at all. It's just, he does it so perfectly. It's like, it just works.
Guys, you
Look
all
how
do
absurd the guy is in his
Oh.
teeth. You know, like, I
His
mean, like
hair.
he's
Look at the hair on his chest.
he's a caricature of these, you know, almost like Beatles-like characters, right? That just women love. Very difficulty. Get out of my voice.
my inner monologue.
And I bet she shags like a
Oh,
minx.
God, I love this. He says, those damn capitalists. And we
Yeah.
we got away with them. And
Yeah, so let's get into this here.
Oh,
So
God.
basically,
Crazy.
you have your intro, you meet Dr. Evil, you go to the 60s party where the iconic line, "That's not a woman, it's a man."
Yeah.
And then,
God.
of course, we jump to 1997 where we see the unthawing, and that scene, as we walk through it, it's so iconic. I mean, you see like Vanilla Ice, you see other celebrities that have been frozen throughout this. And God, I mean, like, what were we even fucking saying right there?
but I'm saying I'm just kind of running down the damn scenes of, you know, I mean, it just continues the whole time. We could talk about scenes.
I mean,
all
Ron
freaking
Howard's
episode.
brother shows up.
Yeah, he
I
does.
Mean, all
Those
these
fellas.
characters keep popping in. You know, here's Vanessa. I mean, right off the bat, I mean, she's just gorgeous. And then this is where he does the inner monologue. You know, she shags. You know, I'm sure she shags like a minx. You know, baby. You know, he's just fantastic.
You were talking about the Russian thing. He's like,
Yeah.
Russian intelligence. Are you mad? The Cold War is over. It's like, oh, good thing. Finally, those capitalist pigs will pay for the crimes. Like, hey, comrades.
Yeah, he got comrades. And I love Basil. We won, Austin.
Yes, capitalism.
Yay! Yeah, he goes, yay, capitalism.
But something before we get too far, Dad, when did you first see this movie? Do you remember?
Honestly, my good friend, this was his movie. When we went to South Carolina, this is all he talked about. I hadn't seen it. He's walking around his house going, "Yeah, baby," you know, and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Really?
And he's quoting every single line of the movie. You know, I sent him an email this week telling him that we were going to do this movie, and he was so excited. You guys know what we have to do for him throughout this podcast. So we've got to give him a shout out. But he's the one that turned me on. It was 1997. He turned me on to it. Oh, this is a great scene right here. Oh my God. This is so funny.
One Swedish penis pump. That's not mine.
It's not mine, baby.
One
Honestly.
credit card receipt for a Swedish penis enlarger. Honestly, it's not mine.
God,
One book written by Austin Powers.
this thing is my
This
bag.
thing is my bag.
This is my bag, baby. This sort of thing is my bag, baby. One of those lines. I think that's it speaks to the staying power of this movie because how many lines? I mean, maybe I'm just an asshole
Oh God.
that I use
Well, you
throughout
are.
like regular
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Just saying, that's my bag, baby.
Oh my God.
Groovy, baby.
Well, the thing is, it's like, it's actually cool. And I have no problem saying that. Like, the guy's so damn cool. He just is. So, like, I don't know. It just works. I already said
You
that.
guys
but-
use these lines all the
Oh
time.
my God,
I mean,
they're
as jokes, we do
amazing.
this, throughout our day.
I love his looks too. Like, seriously, because you could fail at this character so easily. And
Mhm.
the charm just never ends. He pulls it off so perfectly. And again, you just believe it all. Even if it's as silly as can be, it works. You're like, damn, that guy's cool, man.
I was about to say something along those lines too. That this comedy, what a tricky line to toe. Because I mean, like, it's a spoof, and maybe in the '90s, things weren't so criticized. Like this
It was
movie,
a different time. for
this
sure.
movie being today, if it was made today, you got to question that. A lot of people might have issues. I fucking hate that we have that conversation.
What was this rated?
PG-13.
This would be a rated R movie now.
You think?
Okay.
It's not like a
Absolutely.
lot of cussing and
No,
those-
no,
Yeah.
but just, I think what he's implying would be.
I think it would be.
We're very sensitive these days, guys.
Well, it would still be PG-13, but I think that I don't know if it would be made at all. In
Oh,
this way. Now, who knows? Maybe there'd still be an appetite for that, but
Well, of course, there's still an appetite. It's just a matter of
Think about
Fuckery.
how many,
we
just-
still watch it.
I mean, we've got Robert Wagner that shows up in this. We've got Will Ferrell.
A young Will Ferrell.
A
He
young-
wasn't really on the map yet.
Right.
true.
I mean,
I guess he
That's
was,
crazy.
but like he wasn't not the Will Ferrell that is singing Fleetwood Mac on commercials today.
yeah, I know. Not at all.
the supporting cast was amazing in this, guys. And I want to point that out throughout, that we don't miss that. Robert Wagner was huge back in my
Plays
day.
number 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and guys, he pulls that off. Robert Wagner was phenomenal in this.
I love. I love when he finally breaks at the end. Dude, you're pushing me around.
And then damn Austin's face, like,
But what about fucking Dr. Evil, man? He gets unfrozen, and then his Virtucon company's making $9 billion a year, and the guy's gonna hold the country ransom for $1 million.
Yeah. $1 million.
God. Well, I
He
think
just loves the evil.
I
You-
think
you
that-
just don't get it, do you?
Yeah, I think the jokes are so funny, just because just the whole idea of him actually being frozen for 30 years and then coming into the present day. I love how they kind of have that moment where he's saying, "Hey, well, this is my idea," and they're like, "Well, shit, that already happened. It's been 30 years."
All his evil plans have already just happened through the course of time.
And they show this beautiful cat in the 1967, and then you see this hairless cat that comes out. And what was his name? Mr. Bigglesworth.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Oh, everyone knows Bigglesworth.
Yeah, and I mean, and you guys have seen all the James Bond movies.
And they cook Mustafa. That's a great scene.
What was that guy's name? Simple Task.
A simple task?
Yeah. What was
And-
that model
and the-
after in the
in the
James
James Bond movie?
franchise?
That was in the one with the gold. Help me here, guys.
Goldenfinger?
Goldfinger. It was Goldfinger, and he takes off his hat, and his hat had like this steel around it, and he would throw it, and he would cut like a statue's head off, and that's why they throw the shoe at that.
Well, what was the guy's name in the James?
Help
Bond
me here,
movie,
Oz.
I'm trying because it's definitely in here. You guys keep talking about something.
All right,
Wow.
A view to kill, random task.
Goldfinger. And
Yeah, random task. That's it.
Griffin, this is funny too, where he's talking about that took my they're
Patsy O'Brien.
Patsy O'Brien. They're after my Lucky Charms.
Well, I think that's a good comment, Dad, because the thing is, even the damn side characters that are only part of the movie for a scene or two.
I mean,
they
minutes.
have minutes. They're hilarious. Frau, hilarious. She has her shtick.
Yeah.
Scott!
Yeah, you remember that. I mean, you were, and here he comes. Here comes number 2.
There are so many good characters in this movie. Like we're talking up Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, how just magnetizing both of them are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, all of these characters are working together and they're so good. They're so funny in their own ways.
Well, they believed in this project. I mean, Mike Myers, you know, when he's a funny man. What was he? What was the one Garth and
Wayne's World?
Wayne's World.
That
was before this, right?
There's a
he was really building
I think
up
1
there.
and 2 might have. I think he might have had the second Wayne's World might have came out before this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had really built up a following, guys.
Maybe because you failed to
He was
give
on
us,
SNL as well.
because he failed to give us Mike's moment in time. Let's hear what Mike Myers' presence was like in the 90s. Because obviously, I think everyone knows that Mike Myers kind of fell off. That's very well
The
documented.
Love Guru did that one, but he's still
He is.
He's been in some things.
He has been, of course, but like, was he like considered like a huge star back in that day?
I don't know if you would call him a huge star, but everyone knew his name. Everyone knew he was kind of doing his own thing out there, and that. You know, we talked about Wes Anderson, you know, hey, here's what he does. Well, here's what this man does. This man does his own thing. He's going to be a little off the wall. It's going to be a little different. You're either going to love it or you're not going to like, you may not like it, but look at this. I mean, he's got Robert Wagner. He's got all of these stars. He's got Will Ferrell. And so it just shows that people believed in his project. And as Austin pointed out earlier, I mean, this one blew up.
I like the way that you pulled it in Wes Anderson there, because I do think about that, and I think about, what I like in a movie and the people that I gravitate towards. And there is a lot of similarities between Mike Myers and Wes Anderson in a way. It's not done as, maybe, I don't artistically per se, but that goofy kind of spirit does.
That's my point.
It's still there. Like this is a very goofy movie. A lot of Wes Anderson movies are very goofy movies.
30% of this was on the fly.
No
Did
way.
y'all know that?
Really?
30% of this movie,
Wow.
they just, there's points where he just kind of goes with it. You know, that scene where they're pulling the chair off. He just did that. That just happened. I mean, and that's what little that I did a little research on this, and they were saying that this guy would just go
pulling the chair off. What do you?
Well, when
They flip them?
no, when he comes over there to grab the cat, and the chair just starts moving with him.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
That was just, he just was winging it.
Well, did you know the Austin Powers character was a character that Mike Myers had created for like a band that they did? It was like a faux 60s band. And he was the front man leader, and that was Austin Powers.
What are you talking about?
The band's in this, Austin.
Oh,
Yeah, they play a song.
What's
One of their
their
songs
name?
plays. I can look it up real quick if you can keep talking.
I should know it because I remember it's in the song.
It's something small. It's like Mag or something.
Oh my gosh.
Is it Susanna Hoff
What are you talking about?
that's in the band?
Oh, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
If you watch, she's in the band.
Is it Ming something?
Ming T.
Ming T, that's
There
it.
you
Ming
go,
T.
Griff.
She laughed at me.
And apparently
that's so
this movie, to get a little serious in a very unserious movie, was dedicated to his father, who had passed away in 91 and had shown him all the Bond movies growing up from the 60s. And he kind of ran with that and what he was thinking on the impact his father had had on his life. And that's what kind of led him to this movie, which is, it's hilarious that this is the dedication that he put out to his past father, but it's great, right?
It is great. It's
especially that it hit.
Well, it's kind of sweet too, just in the way of like, I mean, it's really it's a document. I mean, this is fantastic, and I love this scene too. They're in the plane right now, and
let's get into our favorite scenes, fellas.
Yeah,
let's get into them.
Well, shoot, give us a scene or two from this one. I mean, my God, this is.
Well, I'm gonna go at the end. Remember, we kind of because I can do cleanup work and kind of mention some things.
What I love about the private jet scene is that it's finally, Vanessa and
it's finally just
Powers.
those two alone.
Well, yeah, they've already met each other, of course, and
he's come on to her, and she said, "Call me Agent Kensington."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, come on."
Oh, that's so.
Oh, come on.
Okay, Vanessa.
Yeah, he had his hooks in early, didn't he?
What's he say? Was that so hard?
Was that so hard? I fell over again. I fell over again. Turbulence.
So stupid. God, and this is where she cooks him. So yeah, I mean he's obviously just making all these little plays.
Yeah. Well, he's so persistent, and that's maybe where some of these things don't fly today. But man, he does it with such grace in a way. Like he's such a goof too.
He's such a goof.
I would never have sex with you if you were the last man on earth and I was the last woman on earth. What's your point, Vanessa?
Yeah. What's your I love it because it's just like he's so not concerned.
Yeah, let's talk about the filmmaking right there too. When she goes back and sits down, and you just see that fucker spinning around on the bed in the faded background. That's well done. Gosh. That is good, funny stuff.
Not too much phases him, does it?
No, and honestly, just to maybe get into this too, his and Vanessa's dynamic, I love it. I think it's amazing. Obviously she's playing the kind of straight role to begin, and you can just see him progressively kind of work that down, and that charm and that silliness, it definitely it gets those hooks in, like you said.
He is irresistible, the international man of mystery. He's every bit of the international man of mystery. He just has it. He's got it like that.
Do you think, here's a question. So obviously there comes that part where Vanessa's talking to her mom, Mrs. Kensington, and Mrs. Kensington is just very adamantly like, yeah, I mean, he was the guy. Everyone wanted to be around him. Women,
knows his wine.
Women loved him. Men wanted to be him, So do you think that had any effect on Vanessa kind of breaking down the walls a little bit, kind of hearing her mom?
I think she was searching. She was probably searching for an answer of why she loved the guy so much at that point, and he was so irresistible. She couldn't help it.
Guys, you all missed something. When he got on the bed, he goes, "Let me ask you a question, and be honest."
Oh yeah, here we go.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Yeah. Do I make you randy?
Yeah. I mean that.
Do I make you horny, baby? Yeah. I love that.
That killed. There were so many last night as I'm watching that I just laughed out loud. And I went,
"Oh God!
Only he can get away with
Swinger."
that. Yeah,
God.
He's driving in his Jaguar. He's
God, that's so funny.
He's great. And then the next scene is we've got Dr. Evil. He's with his son. That's that's so funny with
Scott.
And then he runs off and he runs like this. He runs so goofy. Scott does it. He's like, "You lazy eyed psycho."
Yeah.
Get away from me, you lazy-eyed psycho.
Well, God, and he played it great. He said, "Well, don't look at me like I'm freaking Frankenstein." He's literally moving his arm.
Here it is. Here's my line.
Oh,
do you want to shag now or wait till later?
Shag now or should we shag later?
And then he goes into the whole monologue about,
a horse bath.
About cleaning his carriage, his undercarriage. Oh my God.
I like to, before I'm on the job, I like to give my undercarriage a little toss around.
He said a little meet your father or something like that.
Oh,
what an idiot.
Who's your daddy or something? Yeah.
God, he's
only he could pull this off. Yeah. Again, like you all mentioned, if you had the wrong actor doing this, it could be, I don't want to say vulgar, okay? But it would not have been the hit that it would not have been the hit that it became.
It never takes itself seriously.
No,
it's making fun of itself at this whole time, and I don't think there's a lot of misses in it either.
There's a weird charm to it, man. It's just like you said, there aren't misses. Because we've seen a million movies where this does not work, where the kind of eccentric character just doesn't.
It's too
I don't
much.
even think I've seen The Love Guru, but that's probably an example
That's
of
probably an example. I'm thinking, sorry, Johnny Depp. I think like some of the Willy Wonka, the damn Mordecai and stuff like
it.
that.
I haven't seen Mordecai,
Yeah,
but the
let's
Willy
say-
Wonka, I bet some people do like that one, but
You know
And
what
guys,
I
I don't
The
know if
Oompa
you all
Loompas
have ever
always
seen
freaked me out.
Seinfeld, but that's the no soup for you right
Yeah.
there, the dealer.
Oh, I did
And
not
this
know
is
that.
this.
no soup.
You know,
for
Austin just asked, what's one of your favorite scenes?
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
do favorite
there's
scenes, guys. Let's get into our
tons of-
categories.
There's
here.
a ton of scenes. I love this scene where, number 2, he gets a king and a 7. And he's able with his X-ray vision to look at the card, and he sees that it's a 4 and he goes, I'll take a hit. And he goes, I live dangerously.
I like to live dangerously.
I like to live dangerously. And then boom, there's the 4. 21, you win. And then they clap. And Austin Power, that clap he gives right here, the golfer's clap. He gets a 2 and a 3. I also like to live dangerously.
I'll stay.
I'll stay.
And he'd already had I think he had a face card up already where he already lost. I also like to live dangerously. So it's the way
I
he's
do
going.
like to live.
Then he says
dangerously.
after this, after he loses, of course, here's 20 against his 5.
He goes-
He said, cards aren't my bag, baby.
I'll tell you, cards aren't my bag, baby.
What's his
And-
fake
and
name?
who's
Richie?
Guys,
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham.
and Oprah.
Yeah. And he gets to meet number 2, and then he meets, what's her name, boys?
Alata.
Excuse me? I thought you said it. Say it again. A lot of vagina. I thought you said. Oh gosh! And then we jump right into that bathroom scene. That's real good.
Oh god.
One of the funnier parts
Lucky
of that
Charms.
one, once they've sat down and this Texan guy that's talking with them throughout it, he's like, "Hey, partner, have a good one," and he goes, "Okay."
Here's something to keep in mind. Have you guys noticed how, as we're talking about these scenes, we're literally going scene by scene, and we have something hilarious.
We
to say
can't
about
stop ourselves.
Every
I mean,
single one of
guys,
them.
I
It
feel
is
like
so good.
It's
Doesn't
so
skip a beat,
freaking
dude.
I
funny.
don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, no, it's so
Guys,
funny.
we're talking about characters in here. Here comes a guy named Tom Arnold. I don't know if you all remember Tom Arnold, but he was a huge comedian back in the day. He and Roseanne got married.
Is that the Texan guy?
Yeah, that's the Texan
That's
guy.
what I
That's
thought.
Tom Arnold.
Yeah.
He was a really funny. He pulls this off. There's some great lines. Really, Austin's in there and he thinks he's going to the bathroom. He said, "Relax. You're going to blow out your O-ring." I mean, oh my God. Tom Arnold steals this scene from him.
Hey, that's sounding pretty nasty over there. Why don't you
Give us a courtesy flush? Yeah.
Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah.
God,
Oh my!
man.
I wrote all that down because I thought that was really good.
So give us your favorite scene, Mike. Which one is it? We got to hammer it in.
God.
Hang on.
Hey,
Oh.
he's got his notes.
Oh
got his
gosh.
notes.
How about you do it, Dad? Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I love that one too. Oh, I love the one where he gets to meet where Burt Bacharach's on singing. That was one of my favorite. Oh, that was funny. Let me make sure because I circled it here. Oh gosh, when he meets Alata and he's gonna try
On some reconnaissance.
Yes, he's on reconnaissance. Yeah, thank you, Austin. And he's in the hot tub, and she gives him, some of the sake,
But
and
what
he
about
goes,
before the hot
suck
tub?
it to me.
Yeah.
And he takes the sake and he's leaned back. These two are just going crazy. I knew you two would go nuts during this. But when he's in the hot tub and she goes, "Are you relaxed?" And he goes, "I'm so relaxed." And all of a sudden bubbles pop up. I laughed so hard, and I don't know why that was funny to me, but it just caught me off guard. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
I didn't know it was your turn. He's got it. He's got a comeback for everything. He's never left with his mouth open, is he?
And guys, something that we
Shut.
really haven't talked about. And again, and I'm going to throw Wes Anderson and just like
Hey,
this.
he's got another
one.
callback.
But if you remember this thing,
We're gonna get through this.
this
gonna get through this.
Bite your lip and give it hell.
oh gosh,
Oh,
I can't even finish my what I was going to say. These two a-holes.
Oh,
I love these little cut scenes too, where he's with the band. I think those just make the damn movie, and it's just kind of like, you know, throwing you into the next
like
bit.
that 70s show. Those kind of cut scenes that are fun
God,
and
they're funny, and they
nice and psychedelic.
They
you know?
hang for just a second too long on his face in the best way. God, it's so funny, man. You finish.
Yeah, continue on.
thing.
Continue
Yeah,
on. You got something to say.
I said it. You guys
Suck it to me, baby.
I knew you guys would go.
Give him
Griffin,
the.
Oh,
Come on, stick your leg up, Mike. You
Let's
got
see
it.
What you got? What's he say?
oh,
Hey, Vika. That's the spot.
that's it. Oh, guys, what I was going to say is if you watch him, he'll look almost into the camera and you can just read his mind. And I find that just so, that's what is almost every scene that ends, you'll see him kind of look into the camera. And that's that cute moment that you go, man, he's just, you love the guy. He's so endearing. And, you know, something that could be deemed a little sketchy, you know, some of the things that he says. It's not because it's so cute the way he kind of looks away or he looks into the camera. It's priceless.
talking about damn Wes Anderson with
Oh,
the
here we go
Venetian
again.
scheme.
Mm.
You made a note as to why you weren't as compelled by Benicio's character, right? Do you remember what you said?
I said that he never brought you in. He just seemed
Well, you said
real stiff.
You said Zaza never gave there was never that little break or
right.
anything,
Right.
and that's what wasn't getting you. But with this,
You feel it. With though Benicio, I never felt it. He never gave you that. You know, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm mad, I'm whatever. You never felt it with him. With Austin Powers, you feel it, don't you?
The facial expressions that Mike Myers has for
and those
these characters.
Somebody's got to say it. I'm going to say it.
You just
those
know
damn
them.
teeth.
You just
Those
see 'em.
teeth are killer.
You see them in your head, you know, over and over. These goofy faces that, you know, Dr. Evil makes, that Austin Powers makes. Fucking fat bastard when we get to the second one at some point.
God,
There's just great characters. All the Mike Myers characters are great. But what's your favorite scene, Mike? That one? Is that
that is definitely my favorite scene. I loved it. I loved his just the look on his face. And then when he kicked his foot up, guys, I busted out laughing. I thought it was really funny. But again, I am going to, and I hope one of you all talk about that Burt Bacharach scene. I love, you know, and again, I like Burt Bacharach.
I'll pull off. I was just thinking, I'll actually pull some scenes that maybe, you know, Austin has so many fantastic scenes, but Dr. Evil too.
Mhm.
I mean, we started off this episode with it.
Yep.
The freaking therapy monologue with
Oh my
Carrie
God.
Fisher.
Carrie
Oh my
Fisher.
God. I mean, I can't even tell you guys how many people I know who you'll say one little line from that thing and they just burst out laughing because everyone knows it. Everyone freaking loves it.
Well, give us
It
a
is
line.
so
Yeah, what's the line of
amazing.
it that you use what do you go to typically?
So sometimes he made outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
That's yours.
Sometimes he accused chestnuts of being lazy.
Lazy, yeah.
I think like the whole concept behind freaking inventing the question mark and claiming it's just so freaking funny, man. I mean, the whole thing is just hilarious. It just kills you. So that whole monologue.
The line I find myself saying it from it is the pretty standard, really. That's the one I'll just ramble off if I'm just saying one little thing from it.
And you know what? I think you could say that about the entire movie.
Well, of course, we're doing it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're quoting
Well,
lines.
another Dr. Evil great. $1 million.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
I love how the whole United Nations or whatever, for one, they're all dressed up in ridiculous outfits, you know, just to, you know, kind of spoof the countries.
Mhm.
But I think it's amazing that he pulls the $1 million, not realizing that's not a lot of money, whatever. Everyone laughs. And then he just comes back like, oh shit, my bad. Sorry. $100 billion. And then everyone's like, oh!
Yeah.
I just love
And
it.
guys, you know, something else he did. He brought a lot of this 60s, 70s music to a younger generation in the 90s where, Burt Bacharach was not cool in the 90s. Let's face it, okay?
Hey,
Once you heard this music, a lot of people were like, damn, Burt Bacharach had it going on. I mean, Dionne Warwick sang all of his songs. If you don't know Burt Bacharach, please listen to Burt Bacharach. So it's incredible.
Does this movie itch your Vegas?
It does. And, they're showing that little chapel that was in The Hangover. If you remember, they show the flamingo and they're showing Fremont Street. A lot of that during this movie. So, yes, it does. I just love how he just kind of walks through Vegas like he owns it. That's pretty impressive.
Last scene I'll mention with Austin involved.
You got your favorite here, or is it
those were kind of my favorite. I mean, those damn Dr. Evil scenes are just phenomenal. I mean, they make the damn movie. But I will say, I think that this scene actually in the little hotel living room where he's pulling the little charades behind the couch, I think that's a great scene. And
it's a real cute scene.
I think it's more the context of, you're getting to see his and Vanessa's relationship starting to really come together. And there's a lot of, believe it or not, I think there's a lot of chemistry actually between them on the screen. I really do. I think it's fun. And I think it's awesome to see how they're, how his charms kind of work.
She pulls this off. I don't know, Austin, this may have been one of her first acting roles.
She is actually in a TV show with our boy Ian /Boromir /Ned Stark. I can't think of the actor's name.
Oh, wow.
Right? Oh,
she was in a TV show with them.
Well, she did she was the straight man again. We talk about that. She was the straight man to, his comedy, and she pulls it off. And you get to see just the kind of the meet cute, of their relationship.
Well, I'd like the growth that happens between that relationship. I think that's just great because to begin, she is so reluctant to give an inch to this guy, but he just through his ways, man, he finds his way.
Well, and I think it's kind of sweet too in this scene how, she's kind of like, oh, kiss me. He's like, no, he's not
showing
right.
He's a gentleman.
He's a gentleman.
He still is a gentleman.
You know what's one of the perfect things that ends as soon as the second movie starts?
What's that?
She's a fembot.
Oh, God.
I have to forget that. I have to almost separate the movies.
Yeah.
Because
I actually had that thought yesterday because I love Austin Powers. I love the whole franchise. That is so stupid that they killed her off in that way. I hate that they did that.
It sucks, but it's obviously not. I mean, it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's just to bring in another female lead and just have the whole scene of, but now I'm single, baby. Yay! And he goes, but no, that's what I'm saying. It's so perfect. You love them together that there's a bit of that really, really, really stings when the second one starts.
Well, I think that speaks to how good their relationship is.
And
it speaks to how good of a job she did. And
God, look at this internet scene, by the way.
Yeah, America Online.
They just make y'all feel crazy.
Don't you love at the end when he's on his honeymoon and he just puts Basil right where his cock is? He's like, am I interrupting something? He's got to be seeing all of Austin right there.
Oh, God. So what's your favorite scene, Austin?
Favorite scenes? I'm going to do the whole kind of little wrap-up thing and touch on things that I think we may have not touched on yet. Obviously, I love the intro montage where he's dancing and you see him as this Beatle-like icon in England that women love him. They're chasing him around the whole fucking town. And I love just the setting of the 60s there right at the beginning. And they go to the Pussycat Psychedelic Swingers Club. And that whole the dancing and singing and all that. And I think that's where they play Ming T. I think that's where they.
Oh, nice.
The 1997 Unfreeze, where he has the iconic lines of, my bag, the penis pump, all that. Meeting Vanessa, great. Then into our private jet. Do I make you horny? The casino scene that we already touched on well is really fucking
with
good.
Tom Arnold.
That one is
there.
Great.
She is.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it might just be my favorite scene, that casino scene. I, too, like to live dangerously. Really like that one. Virtucon, night on the town with Burt Baccarat playing really nice, and then she's drunk back at the hotel, and then as we're seeing now gets back into the clinkies there. But what we'll see right after this one, they go back and they're talking. We see the fembots, but also back at British HQ, and we have the Carnies line.
Oh gosh, the car.
Can
Can you give us a little bit of that?
Austin,
Of course I will.
Is that where you got clinkies?
This is where I got clinkies. I forgot to mention.
Can we clink with?
Yeah,
our
let's
coffee?
clink. Let's lean up, fellas.
Absolutely.
Let's lean up.
Yeah. Let me get in here.
Let's give us a nice little clinkies. 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 Clinkies.
Absolutely. As I was watching this last
Good call,
night, I
Mike.
went, that is where he got that from.
That's exactly where I got it from.
Absolutely.
So I guess that
here's the
shows
thing,
it's
guys.
that shows
Hey, Big Daddy, we're going to do this one for you. Austin, give it to him.
we're gonna get there in a second.
Anticipation is killing me.
Yeah.
I owe this guy this one.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
All right. So the Carnies line of only two things scare me, and one is nuclear war.
What's
the
the
other?
Excuse me?
The other thing that scares you.
Carnies. Circus folk. Nomads, you know. Smell like cabbage. Small hands. So that's
Now that's a joke we've made forever.
Oh,
now
forever.
God.
that's my line of the movie, fellas. It's
That's
so hard
your
to choose
line
it.
of the movie.
It's gotta be, right? We love
Yeah.
that one. We love that one. And then he punches Basil's mom in the mouth.
Oh
That-
God.
Just the silly things this man does. He gets in the hot tub and he's covering up his boobs. I mean, that's so stupid. It's funny.
Yeah. No, it's
Gosh,
great.
he's great.
But let's pay it off now. So
All right.
Vanessa gets angry at him. She has an issue that he's
He went on this reconnaissance mission.
He went on this reconnaissance
There it
mission, and she goes, "I'm still feeling a bit weird about that Italian lady.
Bird.
A lot of
Yeah.
vagina." He's like, "You're right to be suspicious. I shagged a rotten baby. Yeah.
What?
What?
Did you use protection?
I had my 9mm
You knew I meant a condom.
condoms.
Those are for
Condoms
sailors.
are for sailors."
Not in the 90s, Austin.
Well, they should. Those nasty bastards going from port to port.
I love how upset he gets. He's like, oh well, they should. He's just totally out of it.
Austin, here's my scene.
Oh,
Look
my
at this
God.
fool.
Ugh.
Oh, these bubbles pop up.
Look at it. Extreme relaxation.
Ooh.
Oh, you
This
broke
one.
wind.
No, it's not me. It was my food, or some
Yeah.
fucking
God,
quote.
what an
That's beautiful.
Oh God, he's such an idiot.
Did you
But my
write that?
favorite
Yeah.
scene, guys. What do we think my favorite scene is? This is so difficult.
Gosh.
Oh, geez, it might be. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna lock into it.
Do it.
It's gonna be the cross-mogenation.
Oh, I was literally about to say someone's got to say that.
The cross-mogenation, baby.
We
When-
got a cross imagination,
and then
baby.
the fembots tried to come on with the mojo, so I thought I'd counter the mojo with my mojo, and then we had these cross-mogenations, and then at the end, you know,
Oh, I hope that picks it up. That was funny.
when I think about you, I touch myself. And he's-
Well, I was about to say maybe one of the greatest lines of this movie might be right at the peak is when they say, "You can't resist us, Mr. Powers." He says, "Oh no,
Contraire.
I think it's you that can't resist me." And then the fucking music cues up, right?
Anybody else? Oh my God.
God, talk about an amazing
And he
scene.
goes, and
Yeah.
pulls up the
Put those
cigarettes and then throws them out. Oh my
Oh,
God.
that was great.
God. And
Beautiful.
again, we said it a bunch, but he pulls it off so well. It just works.
That could have come. I mean, it is silly, but it could have come off so dumb. And it just you bought it, right?
We
You
bought it.
that. Yeah.
Let's do our characters, guys. Let's do our characters. We're going to start with you again, Mike.
Go ahead, let Griffin. I wanna see what he comes up with first, and then I'll jump in.
Well, we have our obvious that we know who the best character of this movie is. I'm gonna go Dr. Evil, And I think what makes Dr. Evil so great is that there is still that likable edge, of course. It's a comedy movie. So, even with all of the, I don't even really think he says anything that crazy. He's frying those people, I guess, and he kind of on a whim, he'll do those things. But you freaking love Dr. Evil. He's hilarious. He's got Mr. Bigglesworth. I mean, that whole bit, I love it. The way he talks to people. And he has those moments where, with his son Scott getting upset with him, and he's like, "Oh, Scott, it hurts me when you say you don't like me." Hey, he still has these tender moments. "Oh, don't look at me like I'm freaking Frankenstein. Give your daddy a hug.
Give your daddy a hug."
All of that stupid stuff. I'm hip.
I'm hip. And he does the Macarena.
The thing is, you love the guy. And again, that freaking monologue, that's one of maybe the best scenes.
Shh. I got to hold back up. Shh.
With your name on it.
Guys, again, that he did that on the fly.
Did he really?
Yes. I saw that.
That
fucking laser beams.
Oh, I like when he's talking at the beginning, and he's like, "Okay, so this is the idea. Before I was frozen, we invented these lasers through this thing called the ozone." God, it's so great. I mean, but last thing I'll say about Dr. Evil again, you gotta love Dr. Evil. He's an idiot, but without Dr. Evil, this movie doesn't work.
It doesn't fly.
It's not there.
And guys, you forget.
You need the counterpart. You need the fucking Christ. You need the counterpart to the character that Austin Powers is. And I guess you just needed Mike Myers. There was talks to have Jim Carrey play Dr. Evil.
Yes, really?
Yes, read that.
It didn't work out in terms of scheduling. So we just fucking played them both. And
God,
awesome.
He was
I'm so
doing
glad he
Liar. Yeah.
Dr. Evil, man. Yeah, last thing, that monologue in the therapy session might be one of the best scenes of all time.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, how can you beat that?
Well,
Great stuff.
you know what? You'll get to
Could be
see that.
studied.
You will get to see that.
Should be studied.
The other line I like, throw me a bone.
I'm
Throw me
the
a
boss.
fucking
Throw
bone.
me a freaking bone. I need the info.
I've been frozen for freaking 30 years. Throw me a freaking bone.
All right. Dad, who's yours?
I mean, come on. Austin Powers, we've got to go with him. So many funny things. I mean, gosh, we could go on forever. The jumbo jet, that he's on the jumbo jet and he looks at her and he says, "Sex, please." I love that.
No, you said it wrong. You write it down. Sex? Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, sex, yes, please. Yes.
God, it's so great. Here it
Hey,
is.
guys, I'm telling you, should be. These laughs they're priceless.
Name? Austin Danger Powers. Sex? Yes, please. That's just too good. That's too good.
As we can all tell,
Oh my
these
God.
two absolutely love this.
What about
movie.
you, Dr. Evil? You love it too.
Guys? I liked it. You guys absolutely love this movie. So
Yeah.
he says, "Do I make you horny, baby?" And guys, you all, Austin, you blew the line, and I wrote it down just so I
shit.
would not blow this.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry, baby. You're right to be suspicious. I shagged her. Rotten, baby. That was fun. Yeah.
Who's that one for, Dad?
That one's for my boy Big Daddy. He would
Shout out, Greg. What's up,
shout
man?
out Greg. All right. He was waiting. He said, "If you've got to do that." So hey, we did it.
She's
Hey.
the village bicycle.
Oh gosh.
Everyone's had a ride. Don't worry about the Italian bird.
Yeah, you're switched on, baby.
And-
You're shagadelic. God, he's so good. He's so fucking good.
Wow. Austin, who's your favorite?
Yeah.
It's Austin Powers.
Austin.
Yeah,
It's Austin Powers.
Do it justice,
Man.
Austin.
It's Austin Powers. There's nowhere I can't turn in. Well, I thought it was going to be a clean sweep. I thought we were all just going to take him.
Well,
Let's just say it's Mike Myers. It's
Mike
fucking-
Myers.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
there you
Mike
go.
Myers. He's the winner of this one. Hey, sixth man of the movie, Burt Bacharach.
What the world needs now.
Who would be? There's so many six men, though. I mean, you got Vanessa, you got Basil.
No, but that's not a six man.
Oh, you're
Vanessa's
right.
kind of she's a starter, you know.
Would it be Basil or would it be
Tom
number
Arnold?
2?
It could be
Number
Basil.
2.
It could be Basil.
It'd be number 2.
It could be
wouldn't it?
Frau. It could be Random Task. Random Task, that actor, a lot of trouble, that fella.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to make it too dark, but that guy got in prison for some evil shit. And then while
Was
in
it
prison,
using a shoe?
well,
God.
I'm not going to go into what he did. You can look it up, but he did some
wow.
evil shit, got caught years later, and while in prison, beat his prison mate to death.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
God,
Yeah,
Austin.
come on, Austin.
That's why I really
brighten it
struggled
up.
to even bring it up.
God.
But
I mean,
just-
guys, again, you said it. Carrie Fisher, Tom Arnold,
R.I.P.
Will
Carrie.
Ferrell. I mean, there's a lot. Tom. There's some really good. Will Ferrell. I mean, just the list goes
yeah,
on. and
Mustafa,
on.
that
Well,
scene.
don't forget Ron Howard's brother. What's his name? What's Ron Howard's brother name?
I can't remember, but he's the second in command in The Grinch, with the mayor.
Yeah.
Who? Pudding! I think he that guy.
It's not Howie. is
Clint. It's Clint Howard.
it? Clint.
Yeah. I love that line about Frisch's, about fucking Frisch's.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, we've got the
Frisch's,
big boy.
The fucking big boy. He's like,
The big one never really went away.
it never really went. He's still delivering great quality for reasonable prices. Shut up. Or so the guy goes. Themes, guys. Let's get into our themes and things, and let's knock them out. We're at 54 minutes.
Themes, for me, I mean, well, just hilarity. I mean, silliness. I think that this is like the perfect amount of silly slapstick comedy. I mean, it's just,
Yep.
it is fantastic. I don't know if there's a movie that does it better than Austin Powers. I think, I'm trying to think of another theme. I mean, the thing is, it's all like kind of around the silliness. Let's say, I'm going to say charm, mojo, because God, he's just doused in it. The dude is just dripping with mojo.
Well,
I think
the
that
plot of the second one is, or is it the plot of the second one is Dr. Evil stealing it?
Exactly. I mean, the Austin Powers, so charming. Everything about him, you just love the guy from start to finish. You want to be him. You're dressed up like the guy. I mean, just iconic, fantastic. Love everything about Austin Powers. Let's just say that.
Yep. I hear you.
Generalization, charm.
Charm, that's yours?
Yes, it's this goes over he's in 19
Generational.
Thank you.
Sure.
1960s.
He's timeless.
Yeah, I mean the guy.
Timeless.
That's it.
He
That's
aged
what-
like fine wine, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, I guess he was.
That's
frozen,
what I
so
was
that
trying
kept
to
him from
say, guys.
aging.
Here we are,
He has a knowledge of
1967.
fine wine.
I mean, they loved him in 67. Then he goes to 1997, and guess what?
he finds his way.
He figures it out, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
That's what I was trying
It's
to
in his
get at.
bag, baby.
Thank you. That's it for me.
Mojo
y'all.
persists. Guys, my theme and thing, I'm not going to change it. I've got it underlined. Mojo / Groovy.
Yeah.
Groovy.
He's that guy.
Damn, we were all on the same.
Mojo.
I think we were.
wavelength.
I think that other things I got noted.
People I know, Jimi Hendrix.
Deceased.
Deceased.
We didn't mention this line, but
this is funny.
some other or this scene.
Janis Joplin, deceased, alcohol. Mama Cass,
deceased.
deceased. In it. I think he puts.
What's it
something
like?
down.
What's it like? Chicken sandwich.
Ham
Yeah.
sandwich.
Ham sandwich. Yeah.
But
He tries to play a CD with his record player. I mean, this is where he was kind of he wasn't at his best. He kind of lost his groove. But
Yeah.
he again,
Well, this was after
Austin, here's your
Vanessa.
shoes.
yeah. Well, no, that's not what they're. I wore these shoes. They're on clouds, and it's Swedish technology. So I wore it for the penis pump. Is
Yeah,
what I
there
wore.
it is.
What I wore it for.
There it is. So, what were the other themes you had?
The other theme, spoof 007. It's
Yeah.
very based in these spy
James Bond.
and these tropes of it. The women that are supposed to be basically disposable people that James Bond, bags and they die. Basically, like it's making fun of that whole thing. That swinging 60s.
Yeah.
90s culture. So it's great that
Yeah.
this scene just came on because this is a very 90s movie too. And I think
For sure.
There's a lot of really nice spirit in that. And I think Mike Myers is a person of the 90s. That was his era that was great.
Well,
Wayne's World just makes me very happy, very pure. This one in the same kind of way, very pure and just fun, man.
Well,
That's another thing I had, just pure fun.
Pure fun. I mean, that's perfect. There are quite a few little references to, I think, the times and just like, you know, the whole ozone layer joke where he's like, oh, we're going to damage the ozone layer. And number two, well, that's already happening.
Yeah.
So they have that moment. Then I think, you know, when Austin's like, well, as long as the 90s are about free love and sex with minimal consequence, like you said. And then I think like later on he has to go, well, you know, it's not like this, but it's like the 60s in its own way. We're just a bit more responsible.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like it's a groovy time to be alive, but the spirit would remain. It was freedom. What does he say? It's like we were trying to boring squares like you or something. We were rebelling against boring squares like you.
Yeah, they and I think like the capitalism joke, they make like a couple of jokes so that kind of fly above whatever the kind of just silly commentary is. And I think that is also kind of refreshing in its own way.
I think if you can take anything that's supposed to be like a message, it's that line you just brought up where he's saying like, you know, yes, the 60s were this time. We just didn't know how irresponsible we were being. You know, if we did know the dangers, we would have changed it. But the fact remains what we were fighting for, what we were celebrating, the way we were living was freedom, man. So that it's just freedom and having a
freedom and responsibility.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Something else. I have two other scenes toward the end of the movie that
we really haven't touched about.
Some people might think are fantastic. For one, you have the scene. God, there's so many. You have the scene where they have that damn steamroller. And the dude, the security guard standing in the way from about 100 feet away or whatever it is. No! And they're like, move out of the way! Move! You know, they're doing everything they can and the guy just won't freaking move and end up running them over.
You know what's funny about that? There's a deleted scene that was supposed to have happened with the guy that got ran over's wife. So I'm not sure what the conversation would have been, but that would have been funny to see. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. We might have to track that one down.
Looking. Well, that is a fantastic scene. Also, the scene where he gets that damn little vehicle caught between the walls.
Oh, great.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
that's legendary in itself.
Oh, man. Yeah, but other than that, in terms of themes and things, I got the soundtrack, just great music throughout it.
Yes,
Really good tone to the movie.
At the psychedelic swinging whatever the hell Pussycat Club, they're actually playing Incense and Peppermints.
Oh, okay.
And I forget that band. I can't remember. I should know.
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
A good old 60s, kind of in the same vein as like that Zombies, Time of the Season, all of that fun stuff.
Sure. Great stuff. But let's get out of here, fellas. Let's say our goodbyes. Let's have our last final thoughts, whatever it may be. I'll start with you, G. And then we'll roll to Mike, let him compose his thoughts because he can never handle being thrown on the spot, can he?
Per usual, Purple Podcast. Love this thing. Love these dudes. I think this is an awesome episode. What a fantastic, amazing movie. What I really appreciate about meeting every week and having these conversations is we're getting to rewatch these movies we love. Mm-hmm. We're getting to watch movies we don't know yet. And we're just having fun and enjoying the conversation. But with the movies I do know, I'm kind of able to, you know, realize what makes me appreciate them so very much. And then being able to have these conversations, it just helps you kind of wrap it feels really nice to be able to get these feelings out and to see what happens, see what everyone thinks. And
it's really like, it's super. And I don't know if we thought this to begin, like this is what would come from it, but man, it's so enriching and it's so like fun to, yes, appreciate these things that we just watched and came to love and talk through why we love them and experience that again, because it takes you back, man. And it's just, movies are a great thing. It's a great medium and we love them. Obviously we fucking love them. And it's great being able to share that and kind of talk it through with you guys.
Absolutely. But that's my piece. Purple Podcast. Thank you for having me on, Aus. This is awesome. Sir. Austin Powers forever.
Mikey.
I love it. And guys, maybe I get back father of the year, or father of the year for 1997, because guys, look at how much you all are enjoying this. Guys, what we find out every week when we do these is we find out that, hey, we've watched this, we being me, you guys, we've watched this 100 times. And every single time we watch these movies, we find something different. We find something that you go, wow, I didn't know that. I was talking to you all about the hair on his chest. That was funny to me. But there's the soundtrack was just, it was better than I remembered. So there's so many scenes that I laughed about that, as you all could tell, I don't remember each of the lines like these two assholes. They remember everything. This is their time. This is what they love. They absolutely love this movie. You all saw me last week. I know National Treasure. That was my thing. We're getting ready to do Jaws, guys. You're going to see, see old Papa
50th
here.
anniversary.
You're going to see old Egyptian Mike turn it up next week. As this guy to my right, he said that I walked out of that movie. I did not walk out of that movie.
I did not walk out of Jaws.
Hey, hang on. I did not walk out of that movie. But I will tell you, it scared the hell out of me as a kid. It'll get me again, I'm sure. But I look forward to that, Oz, thanks so much for having me on. Flying in. I just got in last night. I watched the movie, stayed up till about midnight.
Hell yeah.
So I'm a little sleepy this morning, but thanks again, Oz. I appreciate it. Good time.
Yes, sir. Well, that's great, guys. Who throws a shoe? Honestly. We forgot that one. That really hurt.
I'm going to have a lump there.
I'm going to have a lump there.
You idiot.
You idiot. Well, all right. It's been an absolute blast. I have sweated my ass out in this suit. Oh, look at him. He's fucking up all over the place. But we had a whole lot of fun. All of you that have made it through, I hope you enjoyed. We had a blast here at the Purple Podcast Studio. Stay groovy, baby. Bye-bye.